Anthony Navarro here with Colorado Shooting Sports. I would like to talk to you today about rough texturing. This is a process that we do on a lot of our custom pistols, and we do this for a very important reason. One of the things that happens under the effects of adrenaline is that your hands and your feet and your face get really, really sweaty. It's called the diaphoretic response. And when that happens under stress, when you're fighting for your life and you draw that pistol and you drop it, a lot of people don't realize that your brain is sending all these signals to your hand saying, catch that gun. But it actually is not telling it, avoid the trigger. So one of the main rules that we have here when we do classes is we tell people, if you are dropping a gun, let it drop. Don't try and catch it in the air. I go so far as to say, once you adopt that principle, even if you're dropping a cell phone, do not try and catch it. It's got to be a universal principle across the board that if you're dropping something, just let it fall. Okay? So with that said, when we're drawing this pistol and your hands and your feet and everything's all nice and sweaty, that nice polymer pistol that you bought, that M&P, that Glock, that XD, is going to want to shoot out of your hand like a bar of soap. So not a good idea. So we even go so far as to put the rough texturing on our Gunfighter series AKs. I'll kind of get in kind of close here and just kind of show you that we actually rough texture the front and the back of the grips so that when you're running this gun, and keep in mind these get really, really hot when you're running them, so your hands are going to get sweaty whether you're nervous or not. So it also provides a very repeatable grip, because if you're moving your grip around shot to shot, that's also going to torque the rifle left and right, and it's going to affect your shot placement. So very good idea to have that hand stick to the gun. So same thing on the pistol. A couple of years ago, I had a female student that was shooting, and she was really, really nervous. I mean, her hands were just dripping sweat. And as she's shooting the gun, every couple of shots, I could actually see the pistol rising out of her hand, and then I'd have to come by and kind of push it back down. So rough texturing, I'll kind of let you zoom in on this, but this is a black Glock 21 SF that we did a custom ceramic coating on top of the rough texturing. We even go so far as to change some of the geometry on the pistol so that you can actually, your hand kind of sits up higher in the gun. This is a Glock 19 that we have in the shop. This is actually one of my personal guns that we're selling, and we even went so far as to do magwell cutouts and some other things so that even with an injured hand, you can still operate, reload, shoot, do whatever you have to do with this gun very effectively. So rough texturing is very important. Again, a lot of people are of the mindset they don't want to change the grip of the gun. That's fine, that's their gun. But it's your gun. And if you notice your hands are really sweaty all the time and the gun is not staying put, it's your gun. Modify it as you see fit. So anything that's plastic, we can do this too. So AK, AR grips, vertical forends, pistols. We even do some knife handles as well. So come on in and let us show you what we can do with this. Another thing that you may have noticed is that when you shoot in a cold environment, it's really cold out, and you're like, man, my pistol just feels, for lack of a better way of describing it, they're like, it just feels harder, or like it's kind of smooth. My hand wants to slide away from it. What's happening is all the moisture in your hand, it's done the exact opposite. It's dried up. So now you have this almost like a hard candy shell for skin, and when you put it on the gun, it just doesn't want to stick. So a lot of times what I would do is I would, breathe into my hands, and then I'd grab that gun and shoot it, and it would work as long as I was in contact with the gun. But with rough texturing, what it does is these little hills and valleys create that micro environment to where when you grip that gun, it's going to retain that moisture, and it doesn't feel hard, for, again, a lack of a better way of describing it. So again, I want to retain this gun. I do not want to let it slip out of my hand. And again, if I hold a standard Glock pistol or an M&P and just squeeze on it, somebody can very easily just grab it and just spin it around. But try that with a rough textured gun. It's going to be a lot harder, if not impossible. So come check us out at Colorado Shooting Sports at 2435 8th Avenue here in Greeley. Phone number here is 970-395-0664. Also check us out on Facebook. We got a lot of cool stuff going on there. And have a great day.